All right, y'all. I know I'm a little late with today's videos, but we do have a couple of things to talk about. And one of the first things that we're going to be going into is this no item run I did with the Great Ape Power Team. As you can see, this is actually a 10-minute run. We got this very quickly done. And I just want to, again, showcase a bunch of different teams that a lot of people may have interest in, because I think a lot of people have difficulties with this fight. So being able to kind of show off a lot of these things in this fight, I think for other people who have teams that they might be able to use, I think will be very, very useful for them, especially just by clearing everything and making sure that they get at least this done, right? So with this Great Power Team, of course, some of the big hitters are all Extreme Z Awakening characters, right? We have Super Saiyan 4 Physical Gogeta, Int GT Vegeta, and then AGO UI Goku without a leader scale again. This guy is by far one of the best characters in the game for this event. Very easily. He's absolutely just incredible here. AGO UI Goku, not a character that needs a leader skill in this event. So if you're ever struggling with a specific team and you're thinking, man, I really just need one extra option, if you have HOUI, man, just throw him on the team. Like, the guaranteed dodge into the potential revival skill he has is really, really good. And in turns like this, he becomes a huge help because, I mean, who else would you run in the Great Ape Power Team? Like Limit Breaker, Super Saiyan 4 Vegito or something, right? So I decided to keep the LR Super Saiyan 4s here on rotation. A little bit of a risky play, honestly, compared to keeping Super Saiyan 4 Goku here. But I knew Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta would likely be one of the characters I need to rely on in terms of a lot of damage to these bosses, especially when it comes to taking down Zamasu. Again, Zamasu heals like 20 mil HP per turn, so we really wanted to make sure these guys would start getting their stacks in and just start, you know, keeping consistent damage up against this boss right here. The Zamasu, again, could be really, really annoying. So again, right here, we already are doing enough damage to where even when he heals, he's not going to heal all the way back up to 100%. Unfortunately, the first attack he did end up healing after we attack. Sometimes Zamasu heals before you attack in the turn, which I think in turn 1 could really be important in a lot of these specific situations. But it's fine because, again, we did enough to where he's not going to be much of an issue. GT Vegeta, we did get the dodge on the AoE attack, which I think is really, really huge. He definitely can take a bit of damage before he supers, but after GT Vegeta super attacks, he is good to go. Keep in mind, he does get all that multiplicative defense per key sphere after he does attack. And we do know that this guy is able to get 4 super attacks turn 1, so we're continuing to pummel Zamasu down with loads of different damage, to the point where this guy is literally already almost dead. Like, we have Zamasu down to nearly 50% of his HP already. Again, we had a really good damage turn here, and GT Vegeta was really huge for this fight. Unfortunately, we did not get the hidden potential system, but yeah, again, I think that, you know, people don't really talk about like this Great Ape Power Team much anymore because it hasn't been updated since the Exported Anniversary. But with part 2 of the Global Dokkan Celebration upcoming, we will more than likely get another Super Saiyan 4 character added. So with having another Super Saiyan 4 character added, I think could really help this team out in a lot of different ways. But even then, it's still a very solidly compact team. And yeah, Goku Black and Zamasu, we got a little lucky. They both decided to super attack us right at the end of the fight here. So UI Goku's like, yeah, sucks, buddy. Sucks to suck, right? Now, this was a very interesting turn because we had the GT Goku locked in slot 1, which means that GT Vegeta would have to sit in slot 3. Now, I actually don't remember the top of my head if GT Vegeta he should still guard in slot 3. The biggest issue is that he does get a lot of like defensive like damage reduction by being in the first slot. So him actually not sitting there is a bit troublesome, but at the same time he is able to get an additional super attack chance, so he would get some defense from his super attack effect, right? Again, I'm literally bringing up Vegeta at the same time here. And again, we're getting very lucky with dodges, especially GT Goku. GT Goku has his full reduction here, but he still would have taken a bit of damage. Though at the same time, you could argue taking damage here would be useful, so we can get the Super Saiyan 4 Goku Great Ape transformation, right? Now right here, I wasn't really convinced that I would kill Zamasu this turn, but funny enough, that's exactly what happened. We actually are able to kill Zamasu on this very turn, which is kind of crazy. And that's because of GT Goku. Again, even though he's not necessarily a damage dealer, we were able to give him quite a bit of orbs in this turn, which allowed him to get some really good chances to crit. And again, let me actually double check here. What, we're 5 minutes into the recording. How many orbs did I actually give this guy? We gave him 8 key spheres, so that's a very, very good chance to crit here. And again, he was able to do a bunch of damage to where Zamasu actually just ends up getting KO'd, which is really huge for multiple different reasons. I mean, first and foremost, no locking is a really, really important thing for us just here specifically. And just having Zamasu no longer be able to heal is also just like really nice too. So just not even having to worry about a second super attack on some of these characters is really good. We also were able to get the hardest hitting super done on Rosé Goku Black, and this also did some pretty significant damage as well. I believe my GT Goku actually has type advantage boost on him right now because of the Million Arena event, if I'm not mistaken. So he was able to do a little bit of extra damage to the Rosé Goku Black here, which is a bit funny. Now, Vegeta here still has guard and 20% reduction. He does get a lot of defense after he attacks as well. Again, after attacking with 18 key, he gets 60% defense. So right here, I feel like I was a little worried, especially because he was getting really built up here. But Rosé did decide to super attack him. I thought I might be dead here. But GT Vegeta actually, of course, does end up living. He does take quite a bit of damage, though, 668k. However, that's pretty impressive. I mean, Rosé took, like, what, 4 attacks right there? So he's decently built up to a point where we could have been in huge trouble. Now, this one I was thinking, are there any orbs I should grab with any of these characters? Then I was like, no. I mean, I could have grabbed maybe the orbs with GT Vegeta. But not really that big of a deal, and we didn't have to move any characters around to kind of get around locking, so we were able to just do what we wanted. And the AGL key spheres, there are plenty of them there. The only thing about the grade 8 mode is that this does actually also buff Rosé Goku Black with every attack that this grade 8 Kid Goku would do. We would buff him, but at the same time we are getting rid of both his AoE attack and his super attack this turn. From what I've seen, Goku Black and Zamasu super every single turn. They do not, like, I've never seen a turn where Goku Black and Zamasu actually don't super attack. So again, we're going to be able to see a couple of different things here. One, we're going to see how hard Rosé hits after we buff him all the way up. So you see he's like at 1.18 right there. And then secondly, we would be able to see kind of just the removal of the super. So he would have supered us in slot 1 there. I think we would have low-key been a bit cooked if we didn't get like the dodge. And yeah, Goku Black right there is hitting for 5 mil in a super. And a post super attack, that first AoE does 2 mil. Like, look how hard these attacks hit once Rosé is getting really built up. That's why in many different like turns, you do actually want to avoid attacking Rosé first. The only like situation where you actually attack Rosé first is like with a bunch of like debuffers. It depends on the team build, but right here, yeah, we see he's hitting for 2.6 mil on his post super attack normals. That is actually very insane for him to be hitting that hard in those normal attacks. Could put you in a lot of different trouble, but again, he is still looking just fine there. And then we were able to get the Super Saiyan 4 Goku transformation. Keep in mind, this guy does heal. Oh yeah, in the middle of this video, I realized I actually didn't have like the correct low that I wanted. So I ended up bringing up the GT layout that was made by Xena for me, and I do eventually put it up, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, we get, oh yeah, well this I want to talk about this one had me like kind of very scared because he's attacking all these attacks in the front here, and I was looking at this guy's defense, right? Because I'm like, man, we did get some of the orb changing for GT Vegeta, luckily. I was just really worried because, again, we're at, 1.5 mil defense. Let me take a look here. What is the defense stats? Yeah, so this is 1.5 mil defense before we grab any key spheres with guard. again, we saw Rosé was hitting very hard in these normals, but once I kind of thought about it more, again, we grab these key spheres. We have Super Saiyan 4 Goku providing 10% damage reduction. They're at 1.8 million defense with the guard and 10% reduction. I felt like we would actually be pretty good, as scared as I was, especially knowing because we would not be able to get super attacked at all either. And you may notice we're on turn 3, by the way. This is turn 3, and we almost have Goku Black dead. This is by far the fastest run I've done in this fight. I actually did not think I would get through here too fast, but again, we did get a lot of things played into our way. And even if we did make it to next turn, we would have GT Goku be able to transform again because we're at 70% HP here. UI Goku would also have his revival skill. Like, there's many things in play next turn to where this was a pretty clean and easy run. And, you know, we could have had a much better RNG, but having two Super Saiyan 4 Gokus, yeah, here's the layout change. Having two Super Saiyan 4 Gokus around, being able to provide us those great ape turns are really, really huge. And honestly, the Zamasu, the damage we did to Zamasu was way more than I expected. I think one big reason, keep in mind, Zamasu does raise his defense on super attack, right? So Zamasu supering at the end allowed us to do crazy damage to him, which is really useful. And we would also have the 2-turn defense boost from Super Saiyan 4 Goku. But no, he's just straight up dead here. GT Vegeta doesn't even get his own attack. We could have technically been able to use GT Vegeta's active skill if he got another super last turn, but again, here we go. Very easy know how to run with the grade 8 power team. And yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of people, I've seen a couple people say that this guy like sucks in this event, and I think that, and to be fair, that was like in the first or second day when maybe people weren't really trying a bunch of different characters in this event. Again, I've been doing a lot of different runs and attempts in this event with different characters to kind of really, like, that's especially for my TUR tier list. I felt very, very good about what I was talking about because of the fact that, you know, I tried out most of those characters there, and a lot of those characters could have a lot of uses. It just obviously dependent, and you do need some good RNG, don't get me wrong, but I feel like it's like we could have had better RNG. Like, again, turn 1 Ajo UI Goku, like, he could have been, it would have been better if he was potentially locked as slot 1, or even kept on rotation instead of GT Goku potentially, just because of, like, you know, the revival ability, things like that. I think that grade 8 Vegeta, him being locked in slot 3 was like, it did help, but it also hurt at the same time. It's like kind of weird, but most of these characters can live super attacks. Even like GT Goku against Rosé's super attack, you should actually be perfectly fine. I mean, I've seen this guy eat some very hard hitting super attacks before, and he has type advantage. GT Vegeta should be good. So again, if you're struggling to even get it clear in this event, a team similar to this could very well help. It is a bit restricted, but worst case scenario, you could always wait for part 2. I think GT Super Saiyan 3 Goku is going to be getting a rerun, and I think that we'll see like a Carnival Super Saiyan for, you know, Goku or Gogeta, whoever it is going to be. But yeah, I think, you know, lots of different nice options here, but I appreciate y'all for watching. Let me know what you think, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.